Okay, here on Get Ready to Rock. We're in Camden at the moment, and later tonight at Dingwalls, the American heavy metal band Fozzy are playing. And I'm talking to the lead singer at the moment, Jericho. How are you, sir?
Good, how you doing?
Not too bad, good to be here. And
very comfy chairs that we're in.
It's just like rooms, and might sound like you're doing something.
Right. Yeah.
And not only are you the lead singer of Fozzy, but you're also like 24 times world champion in world wrestling in the States.
Yeah.
An actor, rock and radio, author, even dancer.
So everything. Bake sale, I got a bake sale down the street. I sell some tea and crumpets that are lovely.
So you don't stop at nothing. So life for Chris Jericho, life is good.
Yeah, busy, you know, just always concentrating on expanding as a performer and expanding as a person and expanding as a band. And that's what we've been doing over the last 3 weeks over here in England and in the rest of Europe. It's been a great tour, and we've been everywhere. So this is the last night of the tour, and ending off in London, where things basically all started for Fozzy. This has been always the best country for us touring wise, and it's really kind of embraced us and become our second home. So it's cool to be able to end it right here.
I'm glad you're here actually, because it could have gone in worse. Because in Denmark during the week, a little
yeah, it was actually pretty crazy. We did a show with Anthrax, and I was on the Anthrax bus, and we were actually talking about Cliff Burton's bus accident. Yeah, when the Anthrax was there. Basically the same time we were talking about that, our bus, the Fozzy bus, driver, whatever, hit a concrete barrier, went up on one side, kind of skidded across the highway and smashed it, so that the door ripped right off the bus, the front windshield smashed, the TV fell out of the back lounge, and just the undercarriage was destroyed, and as a result we missed the gig in Denmark. So I woke up in Denmark on the Anthrax bus at like 1:15, got a text from my tour manager telling me what happened, and then I had to be on a train from Denmark to Hamburg in 45 minutes. And all I had was flip-flops and a toothbrush.
So the main essentials.
Exactly. How to crisscross Europe wearing,
So luckily you got away totally unhurt?
Yeah, everyone was unhurt. The gear was fine. I mean, everything. It was such a lucky, it's one of those things where it happens and it's kind of a drag to miss a show, but the fact that nobody got hurt is just amazing. It's a miracle, you know.
It is. And you just played the festival in Holland last night, but you played the Somersphere Festival in England last week. How was that?
Yeah, that was amazing. We hadn't played a festival in England for many years since Download, I think 2006 maybe. And we have such a great fan base over here, and you see that, and you see the amount of people that came for the show, and we had a great slot right in between Limp Bizkit and Slipknot on one of the side stages. I mean, at the end of the show, people were chanting "Main Stage," so that's main stage, main stage. So it was cool. I'm glad they dug it, and it was a blast. It was one of the best gigs of the tour for sure.
And also, like you are a wrestler as well. And how does that compare to because it's like a form of entertainment as well. So how does that compare for you being in the ring and to being on stage? And also the same question towards your fans as well. What's the reaction from the fans at wrestling compared to the reaction from fans at a gig?
Well, I mean, they're both high intensity, very aggressive forms of entertainment. And the bottom line of any type of show business, whether it be wrestling or music or acting in a play or whatever, is you have to connect with the audience. And for us, there's always been two separate entities. There's wrestling and there's Fozzy. There's obviously no combining of the two, but you can still use a lot of the same techniques as far as how to work a crowd. And that's why our show is one of the best shows you can see as far as a live experience. Very energetic, very a lot of crowd interaction, and a lot of, dare I say, fun. You're supposed to have fun at a...
Which is what it's all about the other day.
Yeah, sure it is, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've done so well for so many years. I mean, we've been doing Fozzy for 12 years now, and people know what they're going to get when they come see us, which is just every penny, every pence of the ticket paid, they're going to get their money's worth.
And let's talk about, because when the band Fozzy first started, it was like a fun idea. You named yourself Fozzy after Ozzy Osbourne, you did the Ozzy covers, as well as like you want to accept and and now you're taking it more seriously. You do your own numbers now. And,
yeah, we've been playing our own stuff for about 8 or 9 years now, and we started as a cover band, and we're signed as a cover band by Johnny Zazula, the same guy that signed Metallica and Anthrax, and we just, for whatever reason, really liked the covers that we were playing. And so, like any self-respecting musician, we took the money and made covers for a while. But you always want to play your own stuff, and that's. I think we decided somewhere midway through 2002 to do our own stuff. We've been doing that ever since, and you know, we've got some pretty good songwriters in the band. We have, you know, I think people always were really more intrigued by our original tunes, and then, like I said, when you're in a band, that's what you want to do anyway. So
yeah, that's when you get more.
Yeah, well, that's why you play music. I mean, it's fun playing other people's tunes, but it's more fun when people sing the lyrics to your own songs.
That's actually bought the album All That Remains 2004, and the last album, Chasing the Growl, 2010, which I have here, which has been re-released in England with the live album.
Look at that.
Remains alive. So you can flip the cover over,
It's like one of
and there
those
it is.
disco jackets. You can turn it
That's
inside
right.
out.
You
Blue
can
on
decide what
the
colour you decide. So
yeah, it just got released. I think tomorrow it gets released.
I think it's
here in
tomorrow.
the UK,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, anytime you have a record that's been out for 2 years that has enough steam behind it to get re-released, it's a good thing. And we've toured for, like I said, the last 2 years. I think we've been to 14 countries since we started this tour, and it just keeps going. I mean, people love these songs. They keep wanting to hear us play them. So we were originally going to start doing a new record this summer, but then this tour started and the re-release came. So we'll keep riding Chasing the Growl for a little while longer.
I think you have surprised quite a lot of people out there because your own original material is of a high quality. And obviously you've got the guys from Stock Mojo in the band.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's more like, you know, this is our band now. I mean, I don't think they've done anything with Mojo for 3 or 4 years, and you know, like I said, we've been doing this for 12 years now, man. So all of the trappings and all the, you know, the reasons why it'll never work have kind of fallen by the wayside, and that's why I think why the band is bigger than it's ever been. And I mean, how many bands after 12 years are still growing? Where you're like, there's something here. It's because people realize this is real. This is something. We're not going anywhere. We're just gonna keep on putting up great music, and we're gonna keep coming to your town. And when you do that, that's kind of when you can build.
One of the styles of music you have stayed away from, like Stock Mojo, were the pioneers of rap metal. But you haven't really attempted to do the rap with
Well,
Fozzy.
why would we? I mean, I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
You know, and you know that's. You know, it'd be like us singing about wrestling or something. Why would we do that? I mean, there's 2 separate bands and 2 separate bands. So, I mean, there's still the riffs are Rich Ward riffs, no matter who's singing them. So, yeah, if I tried to rap, it would sound really bad.
Don't fancy chances at Eminem then?
Yeah, no M&M's here, unless they're chocolate, candy covered chocolate.
And what was I going to say? What was your influences? Like, say, when you started off with Fozzy, you did like Accept, Balls to the Wall. Was that like childhood bands of yours?
I think that was Rich's choice. I always thought Accept was cool, but they weren't one of my bands. I mean, to me, it was about Maiden, Metallica, Ozzy. I love the Beatles. Those are the bands that I love the most, and still do to this day. With some other bands thrown in there, but yeah, it was always about the Dickinson, the Hetfield, and the Osbourne for me.
And the audience, you track like the younger crowd. So what sort of up-and-coming bands do you like? Do you listen to kind of music scene?
I love Avenged Sevenfold. They're probably my favorite new band. I love Framing Hanley. It's a band that's from the States that comes over here quite a bit. I like bands that have good singing. I don't like the barking bands and the shouting type of vocal. I like melody. I like good vocal range. I like clean singing. So I think that's why Avenged is the band that's really appealed to me the most, because they have great vocals.
And also, just one quick last thing. On this tour, like I say, you played some great places. One of the towns you played on this tour was Margate in Kent. And no disrespect to the people of Margate, I'm born and bred in Kent myself, but Margate is very different to, say, the beaches of Florida.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, we love to play. We don't like days off. Really, we don't. And actually, this tour's had a couple of them, and it's like, that's the only thing I didn't like is the fact that we
What you do today, yeah.
Yeah, and we have a really good fan base over in France. So the last 2 tours we've taken the ferry.
Oh, yeah.
And the original plan was you do your gig and you get your day off in Margate. I said, I don't like days off. Find us a place to play. I said to our manager. So we found this place in Margate. And
I can't remember the name of the club. It's only a tiny bar.
Yeah, it's a West Coast. It's called the West Coast Bar.
Yeah.
It's a West Coast Bar. Small little room. Jam-packed full of like 300 people, sweat box, and it's a blast. And that's the thing, we love to play. Like I said, we'll play Margate, we'll play Sonosphere, and everywhere in between.
Imagine a night like that, the fans must have been ecstatic to see
Great.
you there.
That was great. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, you don't want to ever punish somebody for living in a small city.
Yeah.
You know, it's not their fault they don't live in London or they were born.
Well, it's hard for them to come to London actually, so it's good that you go.
That's
to
what I mean. So, and we have gone everywhere in the UK. I mean, I think this is our 10th tour of the UK, and we've been to, you know, like Southampton and I think it's Wales, but Swansea on the sea, and like all these like Exeter and places like that, like Middlesbrough and Peterborough. So yeah, we'll go anywhere. We don't give a shit.
Right, well, more bands should take your advantage, you know, follow you.
man.
And,
there's rock and roll fans everywhere.
Exactly.
Not just in London and Manchester, right? So.
Well, Chris, it's been fantastic talking to you. I'm looking forward to the gig tonight.
All right, it's going to be good,
All the
man.
best. Looking forward to it.
Awesome,
Cheers.
man.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.